It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, a special edition today. The two teams you're about to meet have won once already. Today's winner moves on to this year's semifinals. Let's meet today's teams. First from Bond Mill Elementary, would you please say hello to Martin McCall, Delaney McGinnis, and Timothy Stroud. And from Hillcrest Heights Elementary, please welcome Mila Grace Williams, Zayana Cloyd, and Jalea Thomas. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our questions on our game board according to question difficulty. The 5 and 10-point questions are the easier ones, increasingly more difficult, 15, 20, and 25 being the toughest of them all. No penalties for incorrect answers. We start our teams out at 50 points apiece. At the end of the 2 rounds, we will have a contender for the semifinals. Let's go over and make sure everything's working properly. Let's go to that red team. Delaney, would you give that button a push? They're all 3 pushing that one over there. Good luck to you, to Tim, and to Martin. And Zayana, how about the green teams? A-OK over there as well. It's also a group push with Mila Grace and Jalea. I just have to say congratulations. You both did so well in that first game you played here, and we're going to have a terrific game here. Nobody really is going to lose because you've all won just for making it this far in our competition. Let's go over and make sure everything is fine. B, H, so Bond Mill, first in the alphabet. Let's play the game. Delaney.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be America's national bird because he thought the eagle was this kind of creature because it ate dead things. What was it? What did he call it?
A scavenger.
Yeah, he said it's just a dirty old scavenger. Just eats fish that other birds have caught. Go red.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, if you go down south, you can see the big oak trees, and there's something called Spanish moss that hangs from the boughs. It's beautiful. It doesn't really hurt that tree, though. It doesn't take any nutrition from it. Sometimes one of the branches may break, but because it really doesn't hurt the tree, it is not considered one of these.
Parasite.
Hillcrest Heights.
A parasite.
A parasite. You got that right. Good. Good answer. Green. Go. Zayana.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, I'm sorry?
20.
20. Green things for 20 points. Thank you. Teams, the biggest company in the world that is headed by the richest man in the world is named for this rainforest. Bond Mill.
Amazon.
Amazon. Yes, Amazon. Jeff Bezos. Good. Go red. Thank you, Tim, for your help. Go.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade for 20 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, if you look through a microscope, it's something called an amoeba. An amoeba is a one-celled creature, kind of mushy looking. It has a pseudopod, P-S-E-U-D-O-P-O-D. Does that mean it has a false nucleus, false protoplasm, or a false foot? A pseudopod. Bond Mill.
False foot.
False foot. Pod, ped, that is the suffix that means foot. That's why I asked it. Go red.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Your body's adrenal glands, A-D-R-E-N-A-L, sit on top of these renal organs. They sit atop what organs, Bond Mill?
Kidneys.
Kidneys, yeah. The kidneys are the renal organs, and the adrenal glands sit on top of them. That's why it's called adrenal, atop. Good. Red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. Teams, on the periodic table of elements, there are 118 chemical elements. 94 occur naturally. 24 are synthetic, man-made. Spell synthetic. Bon Mill.
S-Y-N-T-H-E-T-I-C.
That is it. S-Y-N-T-H-E-T-I-C. A man-made element, a synthetic element. Nicely done. Go red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Science potpourri for 15 points. Teams, if a planet is hypothesized, what is it? If a planet is hypothesized, what is it, Bon Mill?
Thought to be a planet.
It is thought to be a planet. You are guessing that it's out there. All the signs are that there is a planet out there somewhere, so you are hypothesizing that it is there. Nicely done. Go red.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Teams, if you take a penny and you've got a little cup of acid and you're protecting your fingers and you dip that penny into the acid and you pull it out, it's not going to be brown anymore, it's going to be silver because it's all zinc underneath. What chemical on the outside have you dissolved? Bon Mill.
Copper.
Copper, yeah. You got to push the buzzer. You got to push the buzzer. Try your buzzer. Go ahead. Turn it off. Try it again. Go ahead. Okay, turn it off. All right, now you've got to jump in first before if that team jumps in first, it's going to cut that off. So if you got an idea, sorry, and that's the second time, you got to push it right away to get in there first. Like I say, it won't light up if this one has already been pushed. Okay, try again, red. Is it the red team's turn here? It is. Go ahead.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline science for 10 points. Teams, Peanuts Snoopy would have been very happy with the name of Charles Darwin's ship, which was called the HMS what? Bon Mill.
Pinafore.
Not Pinafore. Snoopy in Peanuts would be happy with the name of Charles Darwin's ship, which was known as the HMS what?
Passagilia. You did.
Beagle. Snoopy's a beagle. Snoopy the dog is a beagle. Go again, red.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, in a flower, the male part is called the stamen. It's a long, thin body that goes by what F initialed name, the same name that we give to the wire that you find inside of a light bulb. It's known as a filament. A filament. Try again, red.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. This is a multiple choice question. It's the last one we'll ask before we take our break. Teams, we human beings can't fly, but we do have wings. We have wing bones in our back. Are those wing bones known as your humerus bones, your clavicle bones, or your scapula bones?
Bones.
You gotta ring it.
Clavicle.
Delaney.
Clavicle bones.
Not clavicle. Hillcrest Heights. All right, your choices again for the wing bone is the scapula, the clavicle, or the humerus.
It's the scapula.
Scapula, that's the one. Okay, that gets you on the board, and that means we will take our break now. We'll be back with the second half of Science Bowl in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Hope you're enjoying this game at home. Some tough questions, but some tough competitors. If you didn't see these young people the first time they were on, let me give you the pleasure now. We'll introduce them and find out a little bit about them and their schools. Over to Bon Mill. Delaney, tell us about your school. Bon Mill is up there in Laurel, Maryland, and Mr. Fitzgerald is your wonderful principal up there, and you've got a new sponsor this year. Who is that?
Miss Lally.
Miss Lally, yes, and I know how proud she is of you, as is Mr. Fitzgerald. And Bon Mill, you told me last time it's just got great teachers, and that's the best part of any school. How's the lunch?
It's really good.
It's good too, so you got a win-win going on there. And someday this young lady wants to be an actress. She has acted in the Playhouse up there in Laurel, and you told me you played the Sultan, yes?
Yes.
In what production was that?
Aladdin Jr.
Aladdin Jr. I like that. You're a good player. You keep it up. Tim, nice to have you here. Young man whose brother went on to glory here on Science Bowl, winning the county championship at least twice. Tim, tell us about yourself. You're a baseball player, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, what position do you play?
Third,
Pitcher and sometimes outfield.
Yeah. And I asked you before if you wanted to be a professional baseball player, and you said that's a possibility. But you are professionally aiming toward what?
An engineer.
An engineer, yes. You're obviously a good math student as well. And Martin, you want to be an engineer too, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And you told me before you like to be outdoors, you go hiking, and where do you hike?
I just hiked on the Appalachian Trail recently with my dad. He also helped me study for this, so I would like to give a shout out to him.
Wow, I know how proud your dad is of you and how nice it is that you said that. Where on the Appalachian Trail? What section did you do?
Me and my dad have so far done more than one. There are different sections. We've done one pine-grown furnace to Caledonia State Park. I've done Harper's Ferry to, I can't remember.
That's all right. Well,
I've done way
you got
too
a lot
many.
of segments left to do if you're going to do the whole thing, but what a great adventure that for you and your dad to share. Let's go over to our other team, Hillcrest Heights. Zayana, tell us about your school. Every year we get great students because Miss Rivera, she works with you guys. Does she recruit you or do you volunteer? How does it happen?
The first few people, she asked them, do they want to be in the science bowl? If they say yes, those are people there's a list, and then she lets them do it, and then other people can ask, but she still can say yes or no.
Yeah, so
There's
she's in charge, but she picked 3 really good players, and in addition, we have two other alternates out there too, because Mila Grace is new to the set here. So Anna, what do you like best about Hillcrest Heights?
I like that we have a STEM program this year.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Where we get to design, find the problem, and then find the solution.
And that's what life is about. You know, it's not answering multiple choice questions like this. It's about working together, which you are doing here, and coming up with something and solving a problem, which you are doing here, come to think of it. You're doing a nice job. You want to be a fashion designer? No, a hair designer, don't you? Yeah, and show us your nails again. They match that nice green shirt you've got on over there. You're all wearing the matching shirt. This is the Hillcrest Heights Hawks, ladies and gentlemen. What alternates do you have out there in the wings, Zayana?
We have Avery and Mary.
Wonderful.
I mean, not Avery, Avon and Mary.
All right, they'll be out in a few moments here with Miss Rivera. And who's the principal down there?
Miss Brown.
Wonderful. Okay, I know how much she likes this team and is proud of this team. Mila Grace, welcome to the show. Tell us the Mila Grace story. What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to act, dance, and sing.
Really?
And right now, I'm in Shrek the Musical.
Wow, the Shrek musical. What role do you play?
I play a fire dancer for the dragon, and I am the backup singer for Fiona, and I am a puppet rat, and...
Wow, you are really deeply involved. The word is a thespian, someone who is an actor, so you're just like Delaney over here. You already got your chops up there on the stage. Would you like to be a professional actress?
Yes.
Wow. Well, good luck to you. We're going to see you at that Oscar ceremony as well someday. I just know it. Jalea, tell us about yourself. You like to read, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of books do you like?
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction? Yeah. Did you read anything recently that you'd like to recommend to us?
No.
No. All right. We're going to have to find that out for ourselves. We're going to have to find our own good books. What do you want to do someday? You're still thinking about that, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. She wants to go to college, but she's a fine young lady. She knows her stuff. And you're going to get some more points in the second half, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do that. Let's get back to the second half. 165 to 80. Last correct answer came from the green team. So, Zayana, let's go back to the bowl.
Thanks for it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Pick a category.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. All right. Teams, I think we might, or judges, I think we asked that already. Did you switch something? No? Green things for 15? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. That was the Spanish moss question. All right. So you're asking for green things for 15. That's already gone. So you have to pick one that's lit still. Okay?
That's still lit?
What's that?
You said pick one that's lit?
Lit. One that has a light behind it. These are the ones that are still available, not the ones that are dark.
Green things for, no, Zoo Parade for 25.
Green things, zoo parade for what?
25.
25. Okay. Make sure you talk loudly so we can hear you here. Zoo parade for 25 points. Teams, after the breeding season, ducks get rid of their nice bright colored feathers and they adopt kind of dull colored feathers. That's called their plumage. And the adjective to describe that plumage, listen carefully to what I'm about to say. The way to describe that plumage is the same celestial event that occurs when the moon gets in front of the sun and we can't see it.
Eclipse.
Hillcrest Heights?
Eclipse.
Eclipse, that's right. Okay, now go green. Again. Look for one that's lit.
Body system for 25.
Body systems for 25. All right, teams. This organ in your body that looks like a worm has long been thought to have no function, but now we think that it has some bacteria in it, that if you get diarrhea, the bacteria in this organ can repopulate your intestines. What is that organ called, Bon Mill?
The small intestine.
Not the small intestine. Good try. Hillcrest Heights, it's an organ that we think has nothing to do anymore. But we think now maybe it can help your gut.
Pass to Julia.
Julia?
The large intestine?
The appendix. The appendix. That's why a lot of people get their appendix removed, because it's long thought that it is just a leftover, that it does nothing. Okay, you get to choose again, Green. You pick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Science potpourri for 20.
Again?
Science potpourri
Science
for 20.
potpourri for 20 points. All right, teams. You know, we all love candy. And 70% of the enjoyment of candy is this T initialed word that describes how it feels. Bon Mill.
Taste.
Not taste, how it feels. What you got? Texture. Texture, how it feels. All right, go again, Green.
Go again. Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. All right, teams, this is a visual question. Everybody look at the monitor. Everybody look at the monitor. This is known as a mackerel sky because it looks like fish scales in the sky. Each of those little clouds up there is a miniature version of what kind of cloud that we associate with puffiness. Kind of cloud we associate with puffiness, Bon Mill.
Nimbus.
Not nimbus. Good try. Hillcrest Heights. Give me one. A cloud that we associate with puffiness.
Stratus.
Good try as well. Cumulus. Cumulus clouds. Try again. Green. Is it Green's turn? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's get physical for 25.
Get physical for 25 points. All right, teams. Well, first of all, there were 9 planets. Now 8. And at one time, there were only 6. Name the original 6. Name the original 6 planets.
Mercury, Venus.
Come on, talk among yourselves, Hillcrest Heights. You've got to be ready to go. All right, Bon Mill, see if you can earn yourself 25 points here. Who's going to be my answer person?
Pass to Martin.
Okay, Martin, let's hit it.
Okay. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn.
You got all 6. Good answer, young man. Go red.
Science potpourri for 25.
Science potpourri for 25 points. Teams, I'm not a big snake fan, especially snakes that have fangs, because they can bite you, and that fang is like a hypodermic needle. The poison, venom, can go down into the wound. I'm going to give you these points if you can spell hypodermic. Hypodermic. I always ask you to prepare when you come here to study prefixes and suffixes. So a hypodermic needle, much like the fang of a snake. Okay, who's my speller? Go ahead. Delaney, she's going to hit it.
Hypodermic.
You got it. Hypo, H-Y-P-O, means under. Dermic means skin, under the skin. Red, go. Nicely done.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline science for 15 points. Teams, we all know Albert Einstein. He was the guy with hair that looks like it was never combed. Well, he said, because he believed everything should be in order, he said, I cannot believe God plays dice with the cosmos. Cosmos is another name for what? That's all around Bon Mill?
Space.
No, not quite. Hillcrest Heights. Another name for the cosmos is the what?
Pass to Julia.
Phenomenon?
The universe. The universe. Try again, red.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. I know you've entered into science fairs. You've all done science fair experiments. The facts that you collect that can then be analyzed are known as this four-letter word that is actually plural, but most people treat it as a singular.
Data.
Data. That's it. Data is plural. Go.
Dateline for 20.
Dateline science for 20 points. Teams, William Röntgen invented these things, which meant he could have said, but he didn't. I can see right through you. What did he invent? I can see right through you. Come on, Hillcrest Heights.
Pass it to Julia.
Yeah.
Transparency?
What did he invent? You're on the right track.
Glass?
No, not glass, Bond Mill. What did William Röntgen invent?
X-rays.
X-rays, yeah, X-rays. That's the transparency part. Go, red.
Zuparade for 10.
Zuparade for 10 points. Teams, big words, simple answer. Homeothermic and poikilothermic are better ways to describe animals that are warm or cold-blooded. Bond Mill?
Blooded.
Blooded, yeah. Warm-blooded, cold-blooded. Go.
Dateline for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. Teams, the winner of this year's Nobel Prize in Physics, 3 people, 2 men and 1 woman. They got the prize for their discoveries about these directed light beams that we know can cut in surgery.
Lasers.
Yes.
Lasers.
Lasers, yeah. And some people, criminals, point them at airplanes, which can blind pilots. Go, red.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. If someone is wearing an insulin pump, what are they suffering from?
Diabetes.
Diabetes, that's it. All right, go green. Good answer. Sayana.
Zuparade for 5.
Zuparade for 5 points. Look at the monitor. You're going to see a cassowary, a bird that lives in northern Australia. And Dr. Seuss would love this bird because it lays what that goes with ham? Bond Mill.
Eggs.
More specifically.
Green eggs.
Green eggs. Yes, it lays green eggs. Go green. Or, excuse me, go red.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, when they take plants into the International Space Station, not only do the plants provide oxygen for the astronauts, they also increase this that can be measured by a hygrometer. What do they increase, Bond Mill?
Humidity.
The humidity increases the humidity. That's it. Go again. Couple questions left. Go.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, it took 4 inches of cow manure for a man in Rhode Island to grow a 2,500-pound one of these jack-o'-lantern vegetables. Go ahead.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. That's it. Good. Go.
Physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. You know, if something doesn't seem like it can happen, like the odds of something happening are remote, they say it's almost, the odds are like being struck by this. Yeah.
Lightning.
Lightning. Yep. Okay, the buzzer says our game has come to an end. We had a few questions left. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back, everybody. We've got some long faces in here today, which we shouldn't because the Hillcrest Heights team distinguished itself so much that last time, and they played a good game today. Hillcrest Heights, congratulations. The ladies in green over there. Avon is there, young man, and Mary back there with Miss Rivera and Mila Grace and Zayana and Jalea. We want to see you back on the Science Bowl. Promise me that, okay? And Bond Mill with 315 points. What a victory you guys have. Martin and Delaney and Timothy. Garen, congratulations back there. He hasn't stopped smiling the whole day. Miss Lally is back there. Their wonderful sponsor, and Miss Galladay, who is the resident principal and the one and only best principal in Prince George's County. I'm just biased. That is Mr. Fitzgerald over here supporting his team, and we appreciate your watching us here on Science Bowl in this, our 33rd year. All these great young people here coming and demonstrating what a great system we have. We hope to see you next time. I'm Dave Zinn. Bye-bye.